good, YouTube? It's your boy K Flex. I'm back here with another video, and today we got K Flex reporting live from Miami Dolphins rock bottom. Okay, this is Miami Dolphins, the worst version of the team I've ever seen. As of now, we're 1-4. We could definitely bounce back, but this right here, let's hope this is rock bottom. Okay, it only gets, I guess, more rock bottom if we lose to the 0-5 Jags in London on Sunday. I've been here, for the last 3 years reporting news, 3-4 years reporting news. So it would be wrong of me to really stop now that we're at rock bottom or be inconsistent. So here we are reporting from rock bottom. And I'm going to tell you guys why I consider that this is rock bottom for the Miami Dolphins. You got to remember, I'm 24 years old. I haven't been this discouraged in my entire life because there was always signs of positivity. This year, there's not too much, with the exception of the fact that Tua's coming back and that we have a super easy schedule left. Those are the only things that really give me hope. But here's why I consider this rock bottom, okay? Because I know that'll be the first question that people will ask. Why is this rock bottom? Do you know we went 1-15? All right, remember that I'm 24. When we went 1-15, I was 11 years old. Right. I wasn't caring about football like that. And I don't know if that was rock bottom or not. But at least then we had the first overall draft pick, even though we kind of fucked it up. We had it, so it was awesome, you know what I'm saying? Probably. But at 11 years old, you're not really 11, 12 years old. You're not really worried about no draft pick anyway. You know your team went 1-15, and you just move on and play the game or something. Like, it wasn't like it is now, where the Miami Dolphins are like a huge part of my life. Which I don't know if that's a sad thing or a good thing, because like I was thinking about that. I was like, wasn't I supposed to like get more to look forward to than the Miami Dolphins as I got older? But I didn't. I actually got less. But anyways. The Miami Dolphins, this is rock bottom for a few reasons. Number one being that we don't even have our draft pick. And that's the biggest reason. I ain't going to stretch it out. That's the hugest reason why this is rock bottom. We don't have our draft pick. So now people can't even use the rebuilding excuse, the tanking excuse, we don't even have our draft pick anymore. So we're definitely trying our hardest to win. And I think that what hurts a lot of people is that we know for a fact we are trying hard to win. Anybody saying that, because I know people try to make the excuse, this is the third year of a 5-year rebuild. First of all, you sound idiotic. Anyways, all that tanking stuff never worked anyways. As you can see, the Browns are 3-2 right now. They tanked for 30 years, or 10 years. Like, you want to be like, come on. If you got to tank for 10 years to make it to where the Browns are, which they made it to the divisional round, I'm sorry, tanking doesn't work. And it's not worth it either. It's not worth it to go 1-15 on a consistent basis just to get beat in the playoffs. Like, I don't know. Anyways, can't use that as an excuse. We don't have to have our pick, so every loss feels like 10 times harder. Like, usually after a loss, you be like, okay, we might have the top 5 pick this year. And you start looking at draft prospects, and it kind of makes things. It kind of alleviates a little bit of the pain. But there is no numbing or alleviating or any type of mitigate. There's nothing that mitigates this pain right here this year, okay? When we lose, it's just like we lost. That's it. We suck. And as we continue to lose, it gets worse because I understand how hard it is to come back now. Everybody gets, it's the beginning of the season, right? But you got to remember, last year we started off similar. What did we start off, 1-3? And we almost played so perfect for the rest of the season, and we missed the playoffs. Well, we lost the Denver game, but we missed the playoffs because we just dropped one, and it pretty much costed us, okay? And then obviously the last game, one game out, the Bills blew us out, whatever. But I said that to say, when you start like this, you have to play so perfect. And I would like the Dolphins to have room for error, okay? But at this particular point, they have no more room for error, which is causing me to stress, okay? Because at this particular point, am I giving up on the season? No. Could we still make the playoffs? Yes. Could we still do what we got to do? Yes. But we have zero room for error. This is a must win. And then probably the game after this is a must win. Like I said, the division, the Bills are running away with the division already, okay? It's going to take a miracle. But I'm talking about just to even make a wild card. And thankfully, we have an extra game this year. But there is no margin for error anymore for the Dolphins. And we used our entire margin of error in 5 weeks. What is it? Week 5? Yeah, 5 weeks. We have no more. There is no more loss. Like when we lost that Colts game, okay, and then you lose that. Well, the Bills game was kind of expected, but the Colts and the Raiders games, those was our margin of error games right there. Those was our late drops. Those was our off nights. There is no more off nights for the Dolphins. Okay, you go to 1-5 and you lose to the winless Jags. it's over with for real. So that would be actual rock bottom. This is just rock bottom right now in my head, okay? Yeah, we have our quarterback back, so that's important. And just the anticipation of this season, I think it makes it 10 times worse, because I think everybody was pretty much expecting this to be the year. Now, some people can say, "Oh, well, we knew, we still young and all this." You're going to be saying that for the rest of your life. I'm just letting you know that right now. To the people that saying, "Oh, we might be still young," or "We might be this or this that," if you're making an excuse, you're going to be making them for the rest of your life. Trust me. Every team has an excuse every year. Every team could use an excuse every year. It's just the good teams decide not to. You know what I'm saying? Like every team could make something up if they wanted to. 100% facts. Okay? I'm just telling you the facts. It's just great teams decide not to, and bad teams continue to do so. Okay? And I've reached a point in my Dolphin fan life cycle where I've seen the same excuses get used more than once, and then you kind of start understanding, like, no, these aren't valid excuses no more. These was valid excuses the first time I heard them. The offensive line being poor was a valid excuse the first time I heard it. It's not a valid excuse no more. The whole quarterback being young, that was a valid excuse. Like, again, it's a lot of stuff that's valid excuses back in the day when I was, 12, 13, 14, 15, when I was watching football with Tannehill, and it was pretty much my first life cycle, because I seen a little bit of Chad Pennington, but not like a whole bunch. Like, I seen like the last, I seen a couple years of Chad Pennington, right? And he only played for us a couple years anyway. And then before then, I don't even know who. Like, I seen a few years of, Chad Henne and stuff like that. But it was like sparingly, and it was like the first quarterback I actually got to really see the life cycle on was Ryan Tannehill. And so when I see that, and I see, some of the same themes, and I'm not saying that Tua's Ryan Tannehill, I'm just saying that the same themes keep popping back up. As a fan, you guys know we've had the same excuses for the last 10 years where I've really been paying attention. It's like, nah, bro, we got to shift this. We can't just keep on making these excuses. And so I say this is rock bottom because it feels like a reset, a restart of it almost feels like the rebuild that when we was losing the other seasons, it was like we had something to look forward to. We had draft picks. It almost seems like the rebuild is off or not, unless we could turn this around. And I say that's why it's rock bottom, because of what all this losing culminated to was this particular team, and this particular team does not look good right now. And that's what it's not like, okay, we got this team, but it was 1 year losing, bro. We lost multiple years for this team, and for them to come out this year, we'll full on a 1 year deal. We make all these signings, and for them to come out, this year as flat as they have, it is very, very disheartening. Okay, but again, every fan has the right to be mad. Every fan has the right to be quote unquote impatient. A lot of people will say I'm impatient. Yo, we're 1-4. Can you at least wait to the midway point of the season? Bro, there's no such thing to me personally as being impatient as a Dolphin fan when you've seen your team be trash for your entire life. There's no impatience in there, okay?
Bruh.
And I'm not talking about trash in the form of okay, they made the playoffs or they won a playoff game 3 years ago. Wait, like, be patient with the regime. Bro, we have literally not even really competed. Last year we kind of competed, but did anybody really think we was that good? I mean, we kind of competed, but in reality, we haven't really competed in my entire life. Besides 1 year, I feel like when we had Tannehill, that was, even over last year's team, that was our best team that I've ever seen us have. When we had Tannehill and he got injured and we missed that was the best I've ever seen with Jay Ajayi on the run game. When our offensive line was healthy that year, that was the 1 year, and how exhilarating it was to see us actually compete in my entire lifetime. Nobody can say we're impatient, or I'm impatient at least. Maybe they can say y'all are impatient because y'all have seen good. Bro, nobody's gonna tell me I'm impatient when it's arguable that the only team that's been worse than us over the last 20 years is probably the Lions and maybe another team. But you can't really name other teams besides like the Lions maybe, and even the Lions made the playoffs a couple times and almost won their playoff games. We haven't even come close in a playoff game in my life. But anyways,
bruh,
the Lions haven't even came close to winning a game. They should have beat the Cowboys that year. Y'all remember when Dez caught it or whatever? Like, wait, that wasn't that year. No, that was a different year. Yeah, that was that year. Yeah, that was the year when Dez didn't catch it. But the game before that, they played the Lions. They should have won that game because, they called a PI or something, or didn't call a PI on something that was clearly a PI. So, again, even the Lions have seen their team compete. I've never in my life. So, again, there is no such thing as being impatient. This is rock bottom. Something has to give eventually. I'm always going to be a fan, but this is just me reporting live from rock bottom. I know it's a lot of Dolphins fans feel like I feel. It's like, this is the worst. This is as bad as it's gotten, okay? And this is why we are so impatient with the regime. This is why if I say I want somebody fired, it ain't to actually get them fired. It's just because I'm frustrated. And I don't really care. Because truth be told, I don't think the Dolphins listen to us anyway. Because if they did, they wouldn't be drafting the people they draft. They wouldn't do half the shit they do. They definitely don't listen to the fans. So anybody that will come out here and say, oh, the fans, y'all part of the problem. How are we part of the problem? Are you that brainwashed? Ain't no fan part of no problem. The fans don't control nothing. You know what the fans do? The only thing the fans do is go to the games. That's what they control. Okay, you can say the fans in South Florida that don't go to the games, whatever, they go to the games, they control it. That's the only people that even have a little bit of impact on the game. Me on the internet, I don't have no effect on the game. You on the internet, you don't have no effect on the game if you just on the internet. All we do is make these people money because we buy all their merchandise. So we make them a bunch of money. Okay, we root for them like it's a religion. And we have fun with it. Like, that's all we do. We support these people. At the end of the day, without the fans, the NFL is nothing. That's all we can do. We don't control the product put on the field. And oftentimes they put an unwatchable product on the field. You can't really name another franchise that has put more unwatchable products on the field in my lifetime than the Dolphins, besides the Browns. And at least they're watchable now, goddamn. So, listen. It is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Reporting live from Rock Bottom. It's your boy K Flex.